Hello there guys, welcome to Dino's Vault. Welcome to my first ride review of the KTM RC390 BS6 model. It looks absolutely stunning in this black and white attire. So first, let me give you guys a quick overview of what the BS6 model has on offer, and then we'll go ahead with my ride reaction. So this is the KTM RC390 BS6 model, a bike that revolutionized performance and expectation in the entry-level supersport segment. It was launched at a time when the Ninja 300 and the Yamaha R3 were locking horns for the top spot, and despite being powered by a single, this bike literally raised the bar and set new standard in terms of offering sheer unforgiving performance on the track. Over the years, the bike has been fine-tuned and the build quality improved to suit our Indian conditions. I loved the 2017 RC390, which was very refined, but the best part was the suspension tuning and the superior quality orange color 4-coil seals it got. Now with the BS6 update, the bike gets the necessary tweaks to make it comply with the stricter emission norms. The bike now puts out lesser pollution compared to the BS4 model, but have these changes robbed the bike of the stellar performance it always used to offer? Well, I'll talk about that in a moment. Now, giving you guys a quick overview, the only new thing with this BS6 model is the new black and white paint scheme. When this color shade was actually launched for the RC125, I really wish they had offered this for the RC390 as well, and that's exactly what we get now. Also, we get this extra can emanating from the header pipe, which is neatly concealed behind the engine cowl such that it doesn't spoil the visual appeal of the bike. Also, the weight is slightly up at 166.8 kgs now. Now, everything else remains more or less the same. Powering the bike is the new 373cc single-cylinder 4-stroke liquid-cooled fuel-injected BS6 compliant engine that puts out 43.5 PS of max power and 36 Nm of max torque. We get a 6-speed gearbox. We do get a slipper clutch that watches our back while doing faster downshifts and also provides for a lighter clutch pull. We also get ride-by-wire throttle for the smooth and consistent throttle response. Performing suspension duties are the chunky 43mm USD forks from WP Suspension and a rear monoshock. Talking about the brakes, again I love the massive 320mm front disc because it offers tremendous confidence and feedback. We get a 230mm disc at the back with a single piston floating caliper. We do get dual channel ABS as standard, but the ABS is not switchable, which means we cannot turn it off, and I'm afraid we don't even get the supermoto mode where we can turn off ABS on the rear wheel. Now, tank capacity is just 9.5 liters. Now this is the only downside because you need to stop frequently to fuel up. I really wish the bike offered a larger tank for better tank range. Seat height is 820mm, which is kind of manageable for a person of my size. I am 5 feet 7 inches tall. The speedo remains the same old LCD unit. I really wish they offer a full color TFT console just like what we get with the Duke 390. The dual projector headlamps up front offer the best light spread in the segment. Talking about the tires, we get Metzeler Sportec M5 Interact tires that offer superior grip while trying sharper lean angles. The variable steel string winding tension with 5-zone distribution ensures superb straight line stability as well as superb cornering stability through the mid-lean and full lean angles. The high tension reduces compound movement and delivers maximum support. The low tension creates more flexibility to offer best grip and better energy absorption. And the higher tension ensures uniform pressure of the footprint area. It also comes with better water channeling capabilities to offer superior road grip even on wet surfaces. Then of course we have the steel trellis frame that looks gorgeous, painted in orange. And also we have the equally beautiful looking aluminium swing arm, both of which truly lend this bike class-leading handling characteristics. Okay guys, now that I've given you guys a quick overview of what the BS6 RC390 has on offer, let's go ahead with my signature style acceleration test. What a bike! What an amazing bike! It is still the same old brute, just more fine-tuned to comply with the BS6 norms. It absolutely flies in the higher RPMs once it gets a hang of it. I mean, once it knows that it needs to go fast. Now, I've always been a fan of the RC390 right from its inception, because it was absolutely brutal and unforgiving with its acceleration. It was scarily fast. It was so fast that it would scare the wits out of you or scare the daylights out of you, especially the BS3 model. It was completely unrestricted, and then of course to comply with some of the norms and to make it safe for all the rookie riders out there, they had to curtail the power slightly. It still puts out 43.5 PS of max power on paper, but it's the way the power is delivered that's been scaled down slightly to make it less intimidating and less aggressive, and to make it less scarier for the rookie riders who might be laying their hands on the bike, because it's slightly more affordable. Now, with the BS6 update, of course, it is slightly fine-tuned. I can relate this engine tuning to the 2017 model, where it was fine-tuned to the max. So the refinement is decent enough. You kind of still feel a buzz. It's not buttery smooth like the Duke 250, but it is kind of the Duke 390 kind of state of tune, because it's the same engine. You do feel those vibes, but those vibes vanish once you take the bike to the higher RPMs. This is a bike that's meant to be ridden like a missile. I mean, it begs to be blasted the hell out of it. It's kind of a rev me harder kind of a machine. The more you rev it, the more it feels at ease. Now, the riding ergonomics, yes, typically that of super sport, and it's slightly more forward biased, low set clip-on handlebars. The seat is very comfortable with the enhanced padding. It gets kind of dual padding setup, so it feels slightly better than the first gen models, which used to give you a butt ache after a ride. But these are track spec motorcycles, supposed to be lightweight and rigid. That's what makes a proper track weapon, and that's what defines KTM. Like, they are obsessed with racing and racing technology, and they try to instill every bit of racing DNA into their machines. Now, the adjustable levers do help, but one gripe that I have is, having given the quick shifter on the 390, they should have given it on the RC, because this one deserves it more. But mind you, the quick shifter plus that's available on the Duke 390 is not a proper quick shifter. You can call it clutchless upshifts and clutchless downshifts, because you can't shift up with a wide open throttle. Now, it's the same unit, I believe, that we find on the Adventure 390, so it doesn't really comply or give the true meaning of a quick shifter. A quick shifter is supposed to allow you to shift quickly, so that happens when you can shift up with a wide open throttle, so that you can gain that acceleration and speed over a very short span of time. So I really wish, when they give a major overhaul for this motorcycle, I'm pretty damn sure when it gets a design overhaul next year, I am pretty damn sure they'll equip this with a proper quick shifter plus, with like something that you can use with a wide open throttle. Now, another thing that I've noticed is the rear suspension is way too softer. I feel they have done this to please the everyday average customer who's going to ride this predominantly on the city streets, and the RC390 of the yesteryears, or the first gen and second gen models, were having a stiffer suspension setup because it's a track focused bike. So they have just, I mean, the 17 model was bang on the money. The formula was bang on. It's not too stiff a setup, and it was not too soft. But the rear suspension on this BS6 model feels a little too soft, but I feel you can adjust it and make it slightly more rigid as per your personal preference. You can check that with the technical team or the service guys in your respective city. But the front suspension is very good. It inspires great amount of confidence even while doing speeds of around 100